Welcome back to the second video this week, all about how Hercules took on his 12 challenges. Can you believe that yesterday we met him? We met the man with the muscles, the hero of Rome, the son of Jupiter himself. Absolutely incredible, and I hope you got on really well with your 12 challenges that he set you. Today what I'm going to do is tell you one of the challenges that Hercules accepted and one of the challenges that he completed. Now this is one of my favourite challenges. It is when Hercules headed off to defeat the Lernaean Hydra, one of my favourite mythical beasts. But I thought I'd tell you a little bit about Hercules' challenges to begin with. Now, there was a king, King Eurystheus. I had to check how to say it, it's very difficult. So King Eurystheus, and he ruled the empire, the kingdom of Argos. Not the shop, definitely a kingdom. And he was really worried that Hercules would take over his kingdom, so he set him these 12 challenges, which were going to prove his worth. So off Hercules went, ready to prove himself as a worthy person, and probably to gain a bit of immortality and fame as well, because we know he likes that. So here's the story about how he headed off to defeat the Lernaean Hydra. So the second labour of Hercules this is. He had to go and kill the Lernaean Hydra. From the murky waters of the swamps near a place called Lerna, the Hydra would rise up and terrorise the countryside. It was a monstrous serpent with 9 heads. The Hydra attacked with poisonous venom, and anyone who got near to it would die instantly just from the scent of the venom on its breath. This beast also wasn't easy prey, because one of its 9 heads was immortal, which made the beast indestructible. So how Hercules defeated it is a good question. But we already know that he's half god, because Jupiter, the king of the gods, is his son. So let's see what he does. Hercules set off to defeat the 9-headed menace, but he did not go alone. His trusty nephew Iolaus was by his side. Iolaus shared many adventures and many of the 12 challenges with Hercules. But legend has it that he was a great chariot racer himself, winning victories even in the Olympics. So he must have had a few gold medals. The two drove together to Lerna, and by the springs of Amymone, I think, they discovered the lair of the loathsome Hydra. First, Hercules lured the coily, snake-like creature out from the safety of its den by shooting flaming arrows at it. Once it emerged from the gloom, Hercules seized it. But the monster was not so easily overcome. It coiled its tail all the way around Hercules' foot, and it made it impossible for our hero to escape. With his club, Hercules attacked its many heads, but as soon as he defeated one of the heads, 2 more seemed to grow in its place. It seemed impossible to defeat it. And to make matters worse, the Hydra had a friend. A huge crab, bigger than any crab you can see or imagine, began biting at Hercules' trapped foot. It was now that he called on Iolaus to help him. Together they defeated the crab and worked as a team on removing the horrible heads and using flames to stop them from growing back. Finally, it was only the immortal head that remained. But the beast did not give up so easily. It thrashed and fought with all its might. But the 2 heroes finally, with the flash of their sword, overcame, conquered, removed that last head. And they decided to bury it far, far away from the water, beside the road that led back to King Eurystheus' palace. And that is the story of how Hercules conquered the beast, the Hydra, that lived near the waters of Lerna. So, I was thinking what we could do for one of our challenges this week to prepare us for making that beautiful mosaic that Hercules wants in his honour to have in his gorgeous palace, is we could perhaps do some artwork about what we think the Hydra might have looked like. Now, it had coiling tails, and it had 9 heads, and it lived in the water, so maybe it had gills, or maybe it had fins. I don't know. I've had some ideas, and I think I'm ready to show you some of the stuff that I've made, and I wonder if you might be able to make some pictures as well of the Hydra. Okay guys, so it's time for me to take you on a tour of my different ideas for creating your own Hydra. Here is my first one. You can see a fishy tail here. Kind of comes down to a body here. And then we've got the 9 disastrous laundry cupboard heads right here. That make it look like a terrible beast to tackle and probably to put back into the laundry cupboard. Over here we have some eyes. I used to use some cotton reels for that, and I used some playing cards to make fins for its head so it could swim a bit better in the water. So yeah, maybe you guys could have a go at something like this. Maybe you could use clothes, maybe you could use other objects that you find in your house to make your own Lernian Hydra. That's one thing you could try. That might help you get ready to make a mosaic. Another thing I tried, because I do happen to love a bit of food, is making my Hydra out of cookies. I used some raisins here to give it some spikes and also to give it some eyes. Now I couldn't quite fit 9 heads on, and the heads I did fit on tend to come off really easily, but that's the whole point anyway, because I should be able to eat it later. Yum yum. So if you'd like to have a go at making a Hydra out of food, then go right ahead. You could use pasta, you could use sweets, you could use bread, or you could use some cookie dough. Another thing that you could also do is you could draw your Hydra. So I had a go at drawing a Hydra. In this picture I've given him some feet, because I thought it'd be really good if he could come up on the land and attack Hercules and his friend. And I've also given him some little whiskers, because like catfish in the sea seem to have them. I also gave him some fins so he could swim a bit better. I made his tail a bit less fishy, but it's up to you how you do it. It's up to you if you're drawing what you think he looks like. I've also had a go at trying to do some shading, trying to make sure that his shadow is on the ground so we can see where he's standing up, and having a go at trying to make it look a little bit more 3D. So if you would like to have a go, I decided my light source was coming from this side and coming down onto him. So there are a few shadows around here, like he would have one under his chin because the light wouldn't get there. Or definitely one inside his mouth, because it'd be very hard to get in the light in there too. So maybe if you're going to do some drawing, have a go at seeing if you can get some shading on there as well. All this should help us prepare to make our amazing mosaics to honour Hercules' 12 labours. Good luck guys, can't wait to see your pictures. Bye!